Hello, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Jordan. I thought it would be fun for today's video to take you guys with me while I read my most anticipated April releases. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like there are so many good books coming out this month. Let's talk about the books that I want to read in this video. So, number one is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. This book came out April 1st, and I have been literally itching to read it since it came out. I'm so excited to read this book. I feel like it's going to change my life. I feel like I'm going to be obsessed with it. I've already read 7 pages, and I have 2 tabs and 3 highlights. So the writing is already incredible. I already know it's going to be good. So yes, this is book number 1. And then I was on Spotify last night and I saw that Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez is on there as well. And that is another new release from this month that I didn't want to buy, but that I wanted to include in this video. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I know I have audio listening hours available for this month with Spotify. So yeah, that's gonna be book number 2, Say You Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Actually today, Fearless by Lauren Roberts just came out, which is the 3rd and final book in the Powerless trilogy, and I have the first 2 on my shelf. Actually, you might be able to see them from here. Since I have the first 2 on my shelf and I have the novella, I want the 3rd one for my bookshelf. I'm gonna buy the book later in this month when it's time. It is now day 2 of me reading The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I think I'm going to finish this book today because I'm on page 200 out of 440, I think. So I have 240 pages left. It's a little under 50% of the way through. I have no other plans today but to read. So yeah, I'm gonna finish the first book in this video in 2 days. So honestly, is anyone surprised? Because I'm not. I am really loving Georgia, our main character, and I love the setting. The story is just so good. I just plan on losing myself in this book today and relaxing. Also, I realized that I never actually explained what this book is about. So this is essentially about Georgia, our main character. She comes from a very southern family. She grew up in South Carolina. So yeah, she lives in London, but she has to go back home to South Carolina because her dad has passed away from a heart attack. And so she goes back home to the funeral. And this book is essentially her navigating her very messy and toxic and unconventional relationship with her family. They are very religiously toxic, and they are, homophobic and just not good people, very unkind, very stuck up, stubborn, cruel people. She does not get along with them at all. She has just distanced herself physically and emotionally from them. And so this book is just her going back home and navigating her relationship, if there even is one, with them. A lot of issues and secrets that resurface after, oh my gosh, almost like a decade. She hasn't been home in years. And so yeah, she's just struggling. And her brother Oliver, he lives in LA, so he also comes back home for the funeral, and he brings with him his AA sponsor, Sam. Sam and Georgia immediately hit it off, so there is that kind of romance element to it, but it is the perfect balance of banter and sweet and tender. So it is just so good. He is kind of this anchor and guiding light for her while she's trying to just navigate being with her family. It's important to mention that her character, she is very outspoken. She has no problem standing up for herself and her gay brother and just her beliefs and her morals. She's not some pushover in front of her family that just is quiet and complacent. She's very much gonna like tell people off. Sam likes that about her, which I think is refreshing for her and makes her feel better about herself. So that is also just so good. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh, I can't. So I was gonna wait until the next day to give you guys my final thoughts because I officially finished The Conditions of Will like 10-15 minutes ago, and it's not terribly late. It's about 10 p.m. but I'm sitting here just restless because I can't stop thinking about it. Nothing that I'm about to say is gonna come as a surprise or as a shock to anybody, but I absolutely loved this book so much. I am rating it 5 stars. I honestly wish it didn't end when it did. I felt like once things with her family were more or less resolved, it wrapped up pretty quickly after that. And I think because I loved getting to know her and Sam's dynamic, I would have loved more of them at the end. Regardless, I still loved this book. It was so incredible. Yet again, I'm blown away by Jessa Hastings' writing and these worlds and these characters that she created. It was just such an incredible book, and honestly, I think this was a great book to start out this vlog with. We got a 5-star read right off the bat, and I think that is wonderful. This book was just really good, and I think it talked about grief and loss and trauma and complex familial relationships very well. It was done in such a raw way. I highly recommend this book. I think if you are nervous to read Magnolia Parks but you've heard a lot of good things about it and you want to experience Jessa Hastings' writing, I would recommend maybe starting with this one because she kind of pulls you in with the drama and the messy and her great writing. And then I think once you read this, you'll maybe be more inclined to read the Magnolia Park series. Maybe? Hello. I have officially started Fearless by Lauren Roberts. I was honestly hesitant in starting this book now because I don't have a lot of time to read tomorrow because I'm going up to Dallas with my friend because we're going to a romance bookstore. I have a busy week coming up. Should I really dive into this book? And she is a thick book, but I'm honestly getting FOMO with this book. I see everyone reading it right now, and I loved Powerless and Powerful, the novella, and Reckless, and so I'm just so ready to dive back into this world just to see where things are gonna go because I feel like based off of some people's reactions, I feel like it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous. Actually, yesterday, I started Say You'll Remember Me, the audiobook. I think I started it yesterday or the day before. I'm already 42% of the way done. I have been absolutely binging this audiobook. I will say, I think the reason I like it so much is because the male narrator, Matt Lanter, his voice is so good. So good. I don't know what this man looks like. Honestly, I don't want to, but his voice alone, my gosh, so good. Let me see if I can play a clip for you. Hold on.
6 weeks. That's how long I've been back from California and how long it been.
Done. I am very intrigued to see where this book goes. Let's see, the main characters are Samantha and Xavier, and Xavier is your good old grumpy male main character. He is a vet. He loves animals more than humans. And Samantha is a social media manager for this like mustard company, so she like runs their social media accounts. They have like a not so meet cute. He's kind of rude to her because he was having a bad day the first time that they meet because she brought her kitten in. Then eventually, like a month later, she brings the kitten back in. He essentially apologizes. He asks her out on a date, and then they go on this incredible first date. They both have like such an amazing time where they just feel like an instant connection. And then she moves, like literally the next day she's moving to California for some family reason. Essentially, they now live like 2,000 miles apart and they have this connection. But even like right now where I'm at the book, I don't know what the solution is gonna be because they really like each other, but she is in California for family reasons. Like, she can't leave, and he has his practice. He can't just sell it because he's still paying off loans for the building, so he can't just like move across the country. And I don't know. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen and how it's gonna play out. Yeah, I'm gonna go now because I want to read and edit and just relax before my crazy week. I will keep you guys updated, and I'll talk to you later. So I am on my way back home from Dallas because my best friend and I went up to the romance bookstore up there called Blush, and we had such an amazing day, such an amazing time. I am probably like halfway back home, and then obviously had to stop at Buc-ee's. This is absolutely a necessity. If you live in Texas, you know what I'm talking about. So before I keep driving, I thought I would give you guys an update on where I'm at in the book. Been listening for a bit on my drive. So now I'm on chapter 26. I have 4 hours left and I am 60% of the way through. So I definitely won't finish it today, but I'll at least get maybe like an hour and a half left. I am still really, really enjoying this book. I think I'm still too early to really know how everything is going to play out between the two main characters, but I do like where it's going right now, and I really love the characters. I'm really enjoying this. I love Xavier, and I just love how earnestly and openly he feels about our main character. Like, it is just so wholesome and so cute. I'm just like really, really enjoying this audiobook. I keep wanting to listen because I just want to know what's gonna happen with them, and I'm just so curious. I just want them to be happy. I got a little energy drink at Buc-ee's. I don't need it. Like, I'm fine. I want to stop snacking because I've eaten so much today, but like, I needed something. Water just isn't enough to entertain me for the rest of this drive. So like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a little fun drink. So hopefully this doesn't hit me too hard, because me and caffeine, oh my god, are not the best friends. So we're gonna see how this goes. It's 142 milligrams of caffeine. I don't know if that's a lot or a little. We're gonna see how this goes.
And what's that?
She said, cocking her head. I went back to studying my med I was used to. The overnights would be rough, but there were things to do when I got there. What is this? Nothing.
I'm back from my little mini road trip to Dallas, and that means I can finally give you guys a proper update on Say You Remember Me, because I finished the audiobook yesterday. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars because this wasn't my favorite Abby Jimenez book. I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm actually glad that I listened to the audiobook because it made me laugh a lot, and I liked having different, like the female and the male narrator. I thought that was fun, and it actually had me more entertained. I think I found it really funny. There were parts I literally laughed out loud at, and I know people don't like the TikTok references or just like social media references. I don't know, a lot of people have issues with that. I personally, like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. It wasn't terrible, and I understand why people don't like it, because you want to be able to like escape reality when you read, and when you're reading about like TikTok and stuff that is like not escaping reality at all. I totally understand that, but I think for me, I didn't really mind it. I think because the writing is good. I feel like because Abby Jimenez is such a good writer, and because the plot was a little bit more detailed and more gut-wrenching, I think I saw those references as like a little bit of like funny moments and breath of fresh air. So honestly, I wasn't too turned off by it. The only thing is that I wanted more of their relationship at the end, because there was this whole conflict throughout the entire book. They lived in different states. Once they figured everything out, that was like the end of the book, and I would have loved to see more of them finally getting to be happy together. So I will say that is my only thing. But yeah, so now I can focus purely on Fearless. I need to go because my parents are waiting on me so we can go eat dinner. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that, and I'll talk to you guys later. So I am finally making semi-progress in this book. I'm on page 100, so I'm like probably 15% of the way through. I don't even know. This book is so big, so I feel like it's gonna take me a while, and I always tend to read fantasy books slower because I'm always trying to pick up on the tiny details or focus on the world building. Like romance books, I feel like I finish so fast, like I'm in and out, and I feel like I'm finally getting a grasp of the plot in this one, so I'm excited about that. There's definitely a lot of politics in this book, as to be expected for a fantasy, and it also has some romance elements. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. There was a flashback chapter, and the intention is for you to like be thrown off from it and have questions, but I'm an idiot and I spoiled something for myself, and not just like a cute little silly spoiler, no, probably like the spoiler in this book. So as soon as I saw it, I was so upset with myself, and it was totally my fault. I should have freaking known. Oh my gosh. So it's been a while since I've updated you guys. I'm on chapter 43, page 358. I know I can't say much without spoiling it, but if you've read this book, Peyton just started her 3rd trial and she just found out who her opponent is. Oh my gosh, I did not see that coming. My jaw dropped. I am so scared. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Okay, I have to go. I'm so unwell. Oh my gosh. I'm in disbelief. Like, there's no way what just happened is real. Like, there's just not a way. I've been like crying off and on, and I feel like I would be sobbing more if I wasn't just like absolutely so shocked. There's just no way what I read is real. I refuse to believe it. I can't. So I finished Fearless last night. Technically this morning I stayed up until like 1, I think, finishing it. I was just kind of ready to be done with it because it feels like I've been reading it for so long, and I was just ready to start another book. I think my final rating is going to be 4 stars. This was, I think, her best written book yet. Kai, I think, was the most down bad in this one. His devotion and his love for Peyton just really shone through, and it was written so beautifully. So yeah, I think that was probably one of my favorite aspects of this book, was just how much he loved her and how well he loved her. As an example, he says, "Pay, I would lose my life for you before finding something else worth living for. You are my inevitable in life and in death." Huh? My gosh, this man is so down bad, and I ate it up. I think maybe towards the end it got a little cheesy at times, or like there were like repetitive phrases that I was like, okay, yeah, like we get it. But overall, I really enjoyed this book. I did feel like it was rushed a little bit at the end. The last 100 pages, 150, were just like an absolute roller coaster, a whirlwind. Everything was happening at once. It was crazy. I will say a lot happened in this book. It was very fast paced. Like, it was just thing after thing after thing. But I think it was only the end where I felt like it was a little bit rushed. But yeah, so that is officially new release number 3 completed. Oh my gosh, wait, before I go, I'm not gonna start it today because I'm reading another book right now, but I bought this on release day, and can we just talk about how beautiful this book is? I got the Barnes & Noble's edition, so it's pink, and look at the inside. No, because like, you're joking. I'm so excited. So yeah, I just wanted to show it to you guys because it's so pretty. I'll chat with you guys again when I start the book. Hello. So I promised you guys an update when I finally started Great BBL. I am 66 pages in, and then I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't know, I'm really obsessed with the world that Emily Henry is kind of showing us so far. And I also really like the main characters. Hayden is a grump, let me tell you. He is very private, very quiet. I like it though. It's different because Alice, the female main character, she's not like, ugh, what's wrong with this guy, blah blah. She's more understanding and more empathetic, and she's like, maybe something's going on in his personal life that has him acting this way. Like, I don't know him that well, let me not judge him for how he's being. This is just like the perfect example of like grumpy sunshine. She's just happy to be there doing her thing, and he's just like grumpy and doesn't like their situation. So it's really cute so far. I'm really enjoying it. In a perfect world, I would love to finish this book tomorrow because it's the last day of the month, and I don't know, it just sounds nice to like wrap up my last April new release on the last day of April. Oh my gosh, the last day of April is tomorrow. That's crazy. This book is almost 400 pages. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it tomorrow. We'll find out. So it is now the next day, and I am over 50% of the way done with Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Let's see, I'm on page 230. So I definitely put quite a chunk in than last time we spoke last night. Honestly, this book is one that I just want to savor, and I can't really binge it or read it quickly because it's like so well written that I keep like rereading parts. I feel like the writing is so whimsical and she's so good at writing about the settings in her books. I feel like I'm experiencing it too. So I just read it slower to like take it all in. So I don't know if I explained what this book is about, but this follows Hayden and Alice, and they're both writers kind of going for the same job right now. They want to both write the biography of Margaret Ives, and Margaret has essentially allowed both of them to spend a month with her, interviewing her, and at the end of the month, she will decide who gets to write her biography. They are rivals, which I think you saw mostly in the beginning, but now they're just honestly just friends getting to know each other with so much tension. Let me tell you, I don't know if it's just been a while since I've read an Emily Henry book, but I don't remember there being this much tension. There was one scene where I was like, oh my gosh. I don't want to say anything. I think it's like around page 200. And that's all I'll say. I am just thoroughly enjoying this book. I feel like I haven't read a character like Alice in a while, where she genuinely is just full of life and optimistic and is so caring, and she just is really good at getting along with people. I don't know. It's just very wholesome. I love it. So kind of like the where we're at in this book right now. So it always goes back to like Margaret and her story, and Alice like interviewing her and talking to her. And then the other side of things is Alice and Hayden, and we're kind of exploring their dynamic and their relationship thus far. And so I really like the like back and forth. I don't know, I just think the balance is really good. I'm really curious to learn more about Margaret's past because there are so many missing pieces, and I just am so curious to know more. And at the same time, I am so desperate for Alice and Hayden to like just be together. I don't know, I want it for them so bad, and I really like them getting to know each other and their scenes and their banter. It's just so good. I'll leave it at that, and I will give you guys my final thoughts and updates once I finish the book. Hello, so I'm finally back and I've finished Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, so I thought we could talk about it. I am rating this 5 stars. This book hit me so much harder than I was expecting. It was so good. I cared so deeply about Margaret's story because she was so, she had her flaws, but she had been through so much and she was just coping the best way she knew she could. I wanted her to have her happy ending, if you will, so that I felt like those flashbacks and the stories were just so good. And then I loved Alice and Hayden. Their story felt so genuine and honest, and they cared so deeply about each other. There wasn't really that like miscommunication or just silliness that you can expect from romance novels sometimes. And I think partly why this book is going to stand out so much to me and why I'm rating it so high is because how deeply it made me feel. Like I wish you guys could have seen me reading this last night because I was sobbing, literally crying my eyes out. I was not expecting it. I know Emily Henry's books always hit hard, but this one, full on sobbing. I was literally like talking out loud, like, no, like, oh my gosh, like, what the fuck? Like, I was freaking out. And then I was just staring at a wall after I finished it because I simply was just not a functioning human at that point. I think if you like Taylor Jenkins Reid, specifically The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and if you're just an Emily Henry fan in general, I think that you would really like this book. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. I officially read and vlogged the 4 new releases that I was most excited for, that were the most anticipated for me. I think if I had to rank them, I think The Conditions of Will was my favorite, and then Great Big Beautiful Life, Say You'll Remember Me, and then Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This was a really good month. I don't think I rated one lower than 4 stars, which is just incredible for new books. With all of that said and done, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching because I anticipate this video is gonna be a lengthy one. You officially honestly spent a whole month with me because I started The Conditions of Will beginning of April and now it's May 2nd, so yeah, there's gonna be so much footage to go through. on that note, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.